There we go. All right, we're recording. So this is the shingle. It ends right here. So these 3 tabs encompass the whole shingle. All right, outline that. Okay, so again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Repair attempt. Grab that. Some close-ups. Fortunately, my body cam cannot be found. Haven't used it in a little while, but don't know what's going on. All right, so we got the repair attempt here. Again, this is the one that's damaged with the creasing going on the back. All right. So all 3 of those shingles or tabs are part of that shingle. We're going to have to break the sealing on 4, 5, 6, and 7, 1, 2, and 3 to get the nails out to remove that shingle out. I'm going to put the same shingle back in. I'm pretty certain I know what the shingle is, but I'm not repairing this. I'm attempting a repair to simulate it, show you what can happen when we go along that process. Okay, so obviously the seal's already broken on that. And we have massive mat transfer. Lots of mat transfer. Again, step 1, breaking these seals. I can't break these seals cleanly. They are very well adhered, and it is ripping out fiberglass from the shingle above. All right, so this one was partially open. This right here, massive mat transfer. Fiberglass pieces, I mean, just torn out from the shingle above. Right, I can feel it, right? We're gonna continue on just in good faith to show what happens in the entire process. But as of this moment, what I see is failure. We cannot repair a shingle while damaging the ones around it. And this is 100% damage now. These shingles that we're not going to get replaced. Right? But again, I am continuing this to perform the full process to showcase the extent of additional damage that will occur. And I'm using a very flat blade with a beveled edge that should help get through in between as best as possible. I'm not using the flat bar like you see a lot of other people do, which will actually really tear it up. This is in good faith to try to make sure. And we've got mat transfer there. And mat transfer there. And mat transfer there. Every single one has mat transfer. Again, only for the efforts of doing this all the way through will I continue to do the simulation of a repair. But this has already failed. Do that mat transfer. You know, that's additional damage. You know, with the widespread wind damage going on this property, on this roof, there's just no possible way to repair this without causing more damage. Okay. Let's get underneath here. Oh, well, it's funny. This is already pulled through. This was the one that was already creased, but it had already pulled through from, likely from the wind failing, or I'm sorry, the sealant, the wind pulling it up. And then, as you remember, this side was already broken, this side is still attached, but it kind of pulled it up and pulled it through. So pull through, Nail head's right there, shingle comes up, nail stays exactly where it's at. Now you gotta hold the size of the nail head, it will no longer hold that shingle secure. So. This is more the north-facing side, so it doesn't get as much sun. It's actually going to be very brittle. I mean, as I'm pulling these out, it's just material is coming out from these nails, opening the gap of where the nail head holds. And that pulled through. So it's 2 pull-throughs on here where the nail head's above the shingle. You get it to gently pry it up. It's ripping right through. Come out now, and it does. Tamco Frederick. So this is the Tamco Elite Glass or Elite Glass Seal, and they discontinued this shingle. Renamed it similarly, as Tamco loves to do. Discontinue it, but then keep a similar name. Same dimension, so I will not argue that one bit. Alright, so now we're going to go through the process of putting these nails back in. Go through the full motion of what it would be to replace a shingle that, just to restate, has already failed due to the mat transfer pull-throughs. And I'm going from bottom up, that way I have more leverage with the shingles up here. I don't have to bend them as much, so I can strike the hammer perpendicular to the roof deck. Documentation of the mat transfer in a moment. Then I was planning to use my body cam. I cannot find it. That happens when it's something small, and I really don't use it as much. Okay, it's in there. Whew. So I don't even know much about pitch hoppers, but you can see the collection of granules happening here. Again, that's a natural thing, granules shed from a roof. But when it's substantial, it's likely from creases happening. Okay. Try and move all the chalk dust away. Kind of see what's going on here. Let's go ahead and grab this. Do a All right. So let's see here. Yeah, we got some hinging happening here. Sorry. Here and here. This one seems okay as far as any creasing happening. This one, oop, let's zoom out. Right here. There you go. Right there you can see we've got creasing occurring. All right, what we got going on here? All right, that one's all right. We do have creasing happening up there, up here as well. You can see outside, it's in the shade right there, but it's happening right there. All right, number 6. Again, you can see we got creasing starting right there along that line. Number 7. Number 7's got right there in the corner edge. We got a hinge on a crease right there. Also, you can feel the matting is cracked underneath this one right along this line right there. It kind of goes in and then up. But this is a fail, not just because of some of the creasing beginning. The first thing was the mat transfer. Let's talk about that mat transfer. Actually, I didn't get documentation of that yet. Let's show you. So mat transfer, all right? It's this right here. This is part of the shingle that's above it. There you can see the fiberglass. Pieces of fiberglass. Oh. That's from the shingle above. All right, you can see those fiberglass pieces now exposed, right? That's now damaged. Same thing here. Mat transfer, fiberglass up top. I'm trying to block that sun. You see, we've got, it's pieces of the shingle are now torn out. Same thing we got going on here, right? Same thing here, mat transfer. So all 7 of these shingles, mat transfer all the way. Mat transfer all the way. Every single one, right? And you can notice here where the seal is broken, there's no mat transfer there, right? This is mat transfer. Again, we've got these little pieces. That's part of the shingle from above. This is part of this shingle. It's now missing, right? That's a damaged shingle. There's no other way around it. But again, we have a fail.